Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the XForceGlobal channel. In today's video, we're going to be discussing Litecoin's macro targets using the Elliott Wave Theory. But before we begin, please make sure to hit that like button and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Your support means everything to me. Thank you so much. Now, I believe this coin is portraying a great look, not only from a basic technical analysis perspective, but also purely from an Elliott Wave perspective when trying to fit in a high probability pattern as objectively as possible. What we have here is a possible triangle in the making, in my opinion. And that being said, the first thing that is easily identifiable when it comes to simple technical analysis is the series of higher lows being created. As you can see, we are currently on the 1-day time frame. And there is no better time to do so in terms of making sure that history or price history is one of the biggest factors that we have to use when selecting these coins. We have to be extremely selective more than ever as the markets are now highly saturated with useless projects. I think we have a lot of PTSD going on right now as we speak with meme coins. They're quite short-lived if you really think about it. And furthermore, history allows for improved pattern recognition and insight into these broader market cycles, which in turn helps predict the likely duration and behavior of these waves with a far less margin of error. And when you have such large price history to work with, it gives you the true insight into the market psychology of what the market participants want. In this case, with these higher lows being created over the past 7 years, the only real logical conclusion that we can pull out of this is that accumulation has most likely taken into place. Now, even if you aren't versed in the Elliott Wave Theory, starting from a clean slate, it is most likely that also the general market participants are seeing the same type of triangle pattern as us Elliotticians when we are connecting these trend lines. And a triangle is going to be positioned in any of the reactionary or these corrective waves within the Elliott Wave Theory, most likely as a wave 4 or a wave B in this case. And this is the same exact pattern that XRP has done with a breakout that has already occurred. We've been talking about XRP for the past 6 or 7 months or so, working with the same narrative of a possible triangle before the actual breakout actually happened. And lo and behold, we got a major breakout. But that begs the question, why did XRP run this cycle and Litecoin didn't run? Well, the first things first is liquidity. I think we are still in a stage of smart money accumulation, just like we saw with XRP. Basically, it's people questioning whether this is truly a dead coin or not. The same idea and market behavior was recognized in XRP before it did its breakout. Many thought it was a dead coin, but did a very strong breakout of the triangle with conviction. I think XRP had one thing that Litecoin didn't right now, which is the liquidity. I think, for example, the Korean markets, where they own about 16% of the market cap alone, that was one of the biggest kind of contributions in terms of how XRP could have done the continuation of a breakout. But in my opinion, not only Litecoin fits into the same category of being a dino coin as XRP, meaning that Litecoin falls into an older, more established altcoin market, it is portraying the same or pretty much the same identical behavior of creating these 3 waves like we saw for XRP. And when we're working with the Elliott Wave Theory, the triangle pattern is comprised of zigzag families, and which may be portraying right now in the current cycle as well, where we're creating some kind of 3-wave type pattern for this current cycle. Now, we can make a pretty strong argument that all of these corrective waves within these internal zigzags as well, or within the zigzag families, are also corrective waves when zoomed out. As you can see here, for example, our B waves show ultimately a 3-wave type corrective pattern portraying to the right look when it comes to these 3-wave types for these B waves. And our C waves, arguably as well, pretty objectively, as you can see, is also kind of the resolution phase of each of these ABC waves, where we have energy or strong energy released after our AB waves has been created. And it's most likely showing a good look as an impulse structure. As you can see, we also have an AB here, and we have a pretty extended C wave during that bear market cycle. That was kind of the resolution phase for that bear market. Same idea here. We might just be working in terms of a lagging perspective of a possible 3-wave type structure here as a WXY or ABC. Most likely as a WXY, we're going to be utilizing possibly the WXY. Remember, I said you only can have one complex WXY within a triangle, and we're most likely going to be utilizing that here, since we do have a possible three-wave corrective structure here being built for this as an ABC for wave Y. So if that's the case, this overall triangle is still being created. The integrity of it, I think, is just lagging in the sense that it may be creating the same type of accumulation pattern over the years of this past 7 years or so, that we are going to have eventually a strong major move out of this BD trend line, just like we saw for XRP, where the energy is going to be released, and we're going to be seeing how this post-triangle thrust is going to be measured using the widest part of the triangle in terms of where we can find our targets. And with that being said, the kind of minimum expectation, in my opinion, is going to be not only all-time high, but possibly beyond it, which should be giving us around a 4-digit possible target for Litecoin at the $1,000 regions. Of course, we want to caution and exercise risk management as best as possible. We want to be taking profits along the way. And I've been very clear about my personal targets for XRP, and I kind of remain the same idea of applying the same strategy where I'm going to be taking profits along the way. I've been pretty clear about where I have been taking profits and where my next profit taking points will be for XRP. I'll be applying the same strategy as we continue higher. With that being said, I am a little bit late in terms of identifying this overall pattern, or getting into Litecoin, that is. I believe I'm about 5 years late. I haven't accumulated a Litecoin whatsoever, but what's the point? I mean, I think I have another 2 years or so, even concluding the possibility that this also might go for a strong pullback that might give me that DCA opportunity that I have also been trying to get out of XRP. And that has been extremely rewarding to me as a trader and investor, because it gives us far more opportunity. And like I said, when you're looking at it from a historical perspective, the longer the history is, the better recognizable and broader market cycle you can be taking into consideration into your analysis without too much hesitation when it comes to increasing your positions, that is. And especially when you're in a possible triangle pattern, the idea of having your risk applied during the actual accumulation phase where smart money might be accumulating, like I said, higher lows being created, there is a real good chance that smart money is accumulating Litecoin as we speak. And from a fundamental perspective, we're also seeing the small sparks coming back into the life of these dino coins, such as ETFs possibly being approved for Litecoin. Same thing for Cardano. I think we're also seeing it on the daily, where we saw a 20-30% move to the upside just from that reaction alone from the news. So as you can see, Elliott Wave Theory, although it is slightly kind of portrayed from the news itself, can be influenced by the news, but overall, when you're coming to the overall structural integrity of these wave counts, the cycles will come no matter what. And we are taking that into consideration, that there is also going to be a possible bear market, and Litecoin might be lagging in that regard. So my strategy here is to make sure to accumulate as much as I can as each dip happens along the way. And that's why I've been pretty clear on social media that I'm going to be accumulating Litecoin for the next 2 years or so. And that in itself is considered late to me, even considering a possible pullback in consideration. I really wish I just was able to accumulate during the past 2 to 3 years over here as well, to kind of position myself anticipating for a possible triangle breakout as well. But now that we have a little bit more data to work with, I think that this triangle is now becoming the higher conviction when it comes to an identifiable, recognized pattern. So with that being said, can the triangle be complete? I think a lot of people are subjectively saying that this is not a triangle. There, a lot of Litecoin holders and Litecoin fan base is saying that we're just going to go straight up. Just what about the current cycle taken into consideration? Are we able to make a move out of here? There is a way. I think that there is a way where we can say that this triangle, where we're going to be shifting the internal subwaves of these triangles within the triangle, is that we can put our D wave here and put our E wave here, instead of saying that we're working with a possible assumed D wave. That meaning that this is more identifiable, although it doesn't have the best look. But same with XRP, it didn't have the best look when the triangle breakout actually happened. This was just a more slow, laid back type of pullback, where we had a controlled pullback back into the triangle, and then we had a breakout. And this breakout did not do a strong kind of follow through. So instead of saying that this is a three wave in itself, we can just say that this here was the final conclusion of an E wave as a possible ABC, meaning that if this is now complete, we're working in a possible wave 1 and a wave 2, where instead of this seeing as a wave A, instead of a wave B, this is now the 1-2, and we are now working for that expansion phase now. So that's why the whole strategy of risk management, if it were to move up, I guess I just missed a coin for this current cycle, and I would be happy to just take profits with whatever position that I have been building up for the past week or so. And if it just continues, congratulations to all Litecoin holders. But if not, I'm also betting on the possibility that we're going to be extending this cycle, taking into consideration for Bitcoin also being on the edge, that we are going to go for one more move, and then we'll see if another pullback happens. And this should be taking into consideration for also Bitcoin's possible bear market pullback. And as you can see, with every single bear market into consideration, Litecoin has still maintained these higher lows, and that is the absolute key point here. When you're taking into consideration for the AC trendline and the BD trendline, we are creating a wedge-like type pattern overall within a 7-year accumulation phase here, and that's the most important thing that we're going to be looking for, eventually looking for a breakout. So hopefully that's helpful, ladies and gentlemen. We have two ways of looking at this. We have the possible triangle idea. We also have the possibility that the triangle is complete, but I can't take on more risk based on just the current expectation of not only Bitcoin, but also a lot of other altcoins that are kind of sitting on the fence right now. That is why I can't just say I'm going to be going all in on this position. I'd be happy to be exposed, but at the same time, I'll be happy to also not, maximizing or fulfilling my overall goal for Litecoin. So that is how I'm exercising risk management as well, and hopefully that can be a little bit of an insight into how I'm currently playing the markets. But overall, I'll be very happy with all the Litecoin holders as holding it right now if we're going for a mega run. But again, I am also taking into consideration that this is also a possibility where I can be accumulating as much as I can, and then hopefully being rewarded on a possible breakout. So hopefully that's helpful, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching my video today. I am extremely grateful for sharing all of these analyses. But with that being said, please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We also do offer a Discord membership where we go over not only the smaller time frames, but also a lot of other altcoins that I'm currently seeing that may have opportunity. So please don't hesitate to contact me in the link with any of the links in the description below. We also offer a Patreon membership where I'll upload 2 exclusive videos, which may have a smaller paywall to